Okay, welcome guys, welcome. And I'm running actually very late. Sorry about that. I didn't even realise I'm an hour out for this timing on things. Actually, my camera's now also playing up as well. God, anything that can go wrong is going to go wrong today, I think. Even trying to get into YouTube wasn't actually sort of kicking in properly. Anyway, we're going to be, well, we're an hour behind, so I'm going to have to skip past certain areas. So we will, of course, skip past this. I just wanted to sort of just get everything sort of set up. Actually, this camera is going to be very, very annoying. If I turn that off, that's the display capture. Small face. It's not going to be able to do the things that we need, I don't think. Just see if I can actually get the stuff done properly. Chroma key. Just try to tweak it. That'll be better. That should do us. Okay, just close that one off. All right, it's going to have a little bit of gunge in the top there. Hi, Corslot, how are you going? So we're going to catch up if we can. I've got 2 hours basically to be able to do this, and I thought that I had in my head I had my timing right, but so I was planning for streaming at this time. I even had alarms set and all sorts of things, but my actual timing is a day out, and or not a day out, an hour out. But like it's hard because I'm on a different day than everything else as well. So anyway, I've screwed up. So we're going to skip through into different things. There's a few different things we can do here. As we come to, so just sort of, I'll set the ground rules for what we're going to be doing. We're going to be looking at all of the information about the coming games. I will skip past certain things that I don't think are going to be all that important for us to sort of be able to glean information. And I guess one of the benefits of not doing this completely live, it still is actually live at the moment, is that we'll be able to go back and look at things. So we'll skip past the we'll spend time over the good bits, I guess is how we'll sort of do it. We'll skip over other bits. So we're going to skip forward and just watch the intro, and then just sort of skip forward into game information and try to catch up that way. One of the things that I will be doing is, as we get games coming up, if you're on Twitch, you'll be able to sort of give information, feedback on what's actually going on with the games and what your expectation for the games actually is. I know I've got a lot of questions in my head about different games that are coming up. For example, can Blood Bowl be saved? Is probably the biggest one in my head. I certainly hope so. So I'm really looking forward to the information on that. I'm looking forward to information on Distant Worlds. I know that there's going to be information about that as well. I think it's Bolt Action is one of the other games that I'm really, really excited to sort of find out what's going to happen with that one. So let's skip forward to the intro, and then we'll just so we'll go past all of this. So this is currently live. Then they've got the bit of the blurb in through there. Hope everything is working here. I think it is. Just get into here. Right. So we'll now watch. We'll watch live. Let me know also in the chat if the sound is not that great. Okay, so Foggy Jewess is saying I've only just got in, so perfect timing. That's good. We should be able to, as I said before, sort of skip into different things.
Hello and welcome everyone to Slytherin Next. I'm Curie, I'll be your host today.
This is 2D Curie.
We're so packed with releases, with news, announcements, fresh gameplay.
So she's sort of the host with Marco.
I'm excited for this. I'm not doing this alone. I have, as a first guest, I have Marco Milano here, Slytherin's Director of Publishing.
What we'll do is we'll skip past certain bits. We also have settings.
Welcome everyone. I guess I'm looking there. Yeah, I guess so. So yeah.
We'll do it 1.5 times.
It's going to be an interesting show. Thank you for being our host, Kiri.
Thanks for having me.
It's great that we are able to sort of step into a different world. I really like the setup, and we have a lot of things to announce. So where the company is heading is an interesting question. This is the first time we have to select very carefully what we announce and discuss in our Slytherin Next event. Usually we try to cover a bit of everything we have, and this time we had to select, otherwise we would have gone for like 3 or 4 hours.
You're just doing too much.
Yeah, there's a lot happening, that's for sure. So we have announcements, and we really want to focus on the meaningful stuff. So we don't really want to sort of announce things that are like unsure or don't have a release date or stuff. We really want to focus on the real announcements. And that's a positive, because it means that we have a lot to say.
Absolutely.
Well, I think what we might do is start to skip into some of the games, I think. So I'm going to press the L key and skip forward
It's a tough time for the of.
till we actually get to game information. This is going 10 seconds into the future each time.
Do you want to announce the name or something?
Yeah, I mean, the game is called Veil of Ashes, and we have a trailer for it.
Hang on, let's just go and... now, we'll come back and flip back. I'll just change this playback speed to just 1 time. Now, this is actually an interest. This is a game that I don't know anything about, but I have heard of the name. Let's just go back to the start of this.
Do you want to announce the name or something?
Yeah, I mean, the game is called Veil of Ashes, and we
Veil of Ashes. Now we're going to pause this while I just quickly set up my the poll. So if you're watching this on Twitch, you can actually just give your so this is Veil of Ashes, and you can just give your impressions of it. So I'll start the poll. That should appear on the screen. There we are. If you're in Twitch, what you can do here is, Jenna just saying, I thought it was live. Well, the actual presentation is live. I'm an hour behind, which I apologise profusely for. Anyway, so we're going to be trying to catch up if we can. I don't think we'll catch up completely. So in this particular case, what we end up having is when we start to see things, hi Mr. Voxy, if you're in Twitch, you can just type a number and it will then vote for you. If you're on YouTube, if you wouldn't mind just putting down the name like Veil of Ashes and then just put a number, and you'll sort of see the numbers on the side there for your interest in the actual game itself. But this looks pretty cool, actually. This looks very, very interesting. So let's just have a quick look again. It's almost steampunk, doesn't it? I love the look of this.
That's really cool.
That looks really good.
I'm fascinated by the tank vehicles because they're not really...
Is this the first gun? Yes, it is.
I'm going to say normal tanks as we have now, but...
So vote away, guys, vote away.
The whole lore is really cool. So it's a recent signing. We've just recently signed the game. It's a small German studio. Very young. It's their first game. Very excited to work with them. They are very passionate about their product. The game already has quite a lot of visibility on Steam because it already has something like over 100,000 wish lists. So it's pretty big already. It's a real-time strategy game where you basically control sort of infantry and these big machines, steam-powered machines that are like set in this dark universe.
So this is a steampunk type.
It is a really cool take on the genre with some very interesting mechanics driven by the idea of having this huge behemoth tanks that you are controlling over a map.
It looks really awesome. I'm looking forward to this one. And the developer is Greifenmeer.
Yes.
We talked about this since it's a German one. I'm going to say the name. So.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here to say the name.
No problem.
Which is this is like the interesting. I was saying earlier on. I think first time we work with a structure.
Yeah, Iron Harvest Field. It does have that, doesn't it?
German, studio. Of course, we have proxies, part proxy studios, sort of part German as well. But this is the first time.
Skip forward again, guys. If you're at all interested, or even if you're not, please put a vote in if you're watching on Twitch. It just we've only just sort of started, so there's not very many of you in here yet. But pop a vote down. All you need is just a number. There we go. Thanks, Causelord.
Inspiration from real life tanks and so on.
Sure,
but really, everything is it's really powerfully driven by the creative vision of the team, which is great.
Amazing. And that ties into something bigger, right?
So yeah, the game is
Collaboration.
currently announced set to release next year, which is
So next year release.
and we have another announcement, which I'm very happy to sort of share today.
Yeah.
It's
Okay, this is a new one, so I'm just going to go and stop the poll now. We'll finish the poll, and we'll hide that from the overlay. We'll just go back and we will just go put another one. This is Memoir 44, which is a war game, I believe. So we'll start a new poll. Right, so let's get into it. Oh, Asmodee. These are great at doing board game adaptations.
very big thing for us. Memoir 44. We are super excited about signing the IP. Today we're announcing that we are making a game about Memoir. We don't show Memoir as because we are early in development, or sort of, not.
I don't know anything about Memoir at all.
That's fair.
We are working with an Italian studio called Vulcanite Games. The guys are behind some of the best-selling Panzer Corps DLCs, so they know their World War II. They know their, hex and counters war games. They're very experienced, but they're also known for, picking up sort of UI elements that are easy to pick up, kind of easy onboarding as well. So they're sort of trying to make a game that really resonates with both the core community of Memoir 44 players, but also attracting new players to the scene. I'm very excited about it. It's the first time we work with Asmodee and Days of Wonder. Again, a French company and a German company. It's interesting. That's definitely an interesting one, and it ties in very well with what I was mentioning about.
I think Asmodee did Iron Harvest, actually. I think it's one of theirs.
Licenses. We have, as a company, we're really,
Asmodee do great. Like they're great with their board games / digital games.
Announced the collaboration with Cyanide for Blood Bowl, then Memoir. It really speaks for the approach we're getting in terms of trying to appeal to the audience of the board games and the board war games. Memoir for us is a good example of that, and of course excited to share more in the future as well.
Yeah, you've been busy.
Very busy.
It's really cool to see that you take board games and then making video games.
It's interesting. I mean, I love that Slytherin is diversifying, but also staying, true to their roots as well with these war game type adaptations. It's just fantastic.
Trying to find, audiences for games. So we have an idea for a game, and then we try and sort of fit an audience within that game. This is the reverse, reasoning. It's like, do we have an IP that's beloved by many people, but it's also actively played? It's not like a movie where you're hoping that your game fits the IP because you've got the right lore and so on.
Hi, Began, how you going?
These are actually games.
This reflex scene depends if it has random creation of conquest mode.
So you're really trying to attract.
I've never played this game. I haven't even heard about it before, but
we're now trying to
sounds good.
almost like please them and make something for them.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting and scary exercise as well.
I bet, but does that make it easier when you're in?
All right, let's skip forward. We got to catch up.
Also, you cannot achieve that by recreating the experience of one gameplay that's mixed between dice and ground. It's like very physical game. That's something that we're working on right now.
Yeah, that's really cool. I've not played the game, so for me this is very interesting. Then I don't know anything about it.
With the existing communities, but you're right. Asmodee to sort of build that excitement.
Skipping forward a bit.
There's a lot of.
Have the Gladius relics of War 2. That'd be great.
Yeah, of course, that just makes sense. You have potentially a really big audience, like the old board game audience, and then the new ones that.
Again.
Skip forward.
Game, and hopefully that will start the conversation with the community.
Yeah, that's great.
So that's the first two announcements, and I think that the.
Okay, we'll finish the poll now, guys.
What we have to talk about is Broken Arrow.
Okay.
Broken Arrow. Right, here we go.
Broken Arrow. I mean, you kind of have to talk about this.
Yeah. Well, I think, I mean, Broken Arrow is...
It's on your face.
you know,
Like you want to talk about it.
Yeah. Well, Broken Arrow, just to go straight to points, Broken Arrow is now a year old, just over a year old. The commute...
I'll pause here. Broken Arrow is a game I was really looking forward to as a single-player game. They just haven't done it for single-player. So it's become one of my, I guess, my most disappointments with the actual... with it, because it's really just geared purely for multiplayer, and all of the little things like saving during the during missions and stuff like that, they started off with it being a nice way of actually having a single player option to it, but they just never followed through on actually then, you know, having the saves, having the things that make it nice as a single player. So it's always just, I don't know, they've just been playing catch up with multiplayer the whole time. Yeah, Mr. Fox is saying not my kind of games. I think like, you know, like, to be honest, the audience that I have is not a real time strategy type game. So it's sort of any type of group. Let's just keep on going.
Community that started populating the Broken Arrow game over the months have, you know, been very vocal.
It is my type of game if they would just have the save in it and just a few other little things for single player.
And we have been sort of trying to...
Because it's a very good game.
You know, with the development team, Steve and Laika, trying to sort of go in the direction we thought the game would need to go, but also trying to sort of get...
Of course, it's saying Broken Arrow is almost the game I want. Yes, I'm the same.
Sometimes,
but I don't want to play it again until I get that save.
The community was very, very clear in saying, you know, you guys got it wrong, and so we're happy to
You can skip ahead to see other announcements, I think.
Basically what happened over the last few months, we released this new branch of the game called PT. It was this public testing environment where we asked the core community of players, you know, what you like about these balance changes and gameplay changes and so on. We then went on for some time with the testing environment, trying to push these changes, and then we merged what we thought the changes were, the relevant changes were, into the main branch. And closed PT.
But they haven't listened to single players at all, like at all.
Many of the players were like, I think, you know, you missed a lot of the elements that were making PT fun, and you didn't put them in that version. So the team has now gone back, reworked on all these features, on gameplay features. They're currently running another test for the next patch, which will release on the 30th of July. Mm-hmm. We'll have a new gameplay patch on the 30th of July. We'll have a new technical patch and also the spectator mode release. So we now are 8 days away from that event.
Right.
So
that's very soon.
It is very soon. It is very soon. And so on the 30th of July, we'll have all these new elements deployed to the game, and hopefully that will take the game to the next level, which will allow us to release a DLC finally, the first paid for DLC, and which is good.
Yeah, I'll skip past a lot of this. I see that the numbers aren't that great for this one either.
Of course, for the Russian faction. We have
I'm just going to skip forward.
That release, which is great. And then for the deal.
Right.
So different again, beautiful looking game, but until it gets single player, really of low interest to me.
As an official tournament, and
So the pack.
Sometimes I smile about it. Sometimes it makes me very.
Try to catch up if we can.
Appease the player. So everyone's like, we're working on this. We're taking your feedback.
It is.
I'm going to stop that poll now.
You know, the feedback is not always cohesive, and you know, never goes in the same direction. So you really have to pick and choose what to work on, and maybe you work on something, and then there's a very vocal part of the community that doesn't like it.
Just go back forward again. Oops.
It's like, you know.
Of course, yeah. And look at gameplay for a brand new campaign for ICBM Escalation.
ICBM, I'll just pop that one in there. This is an interesting game. It's a game that, again, I haven't really played much of, but it is a good game. I don't know what it is. I sort of steer away from like nuclear war type games. I don't know if it upsets me. So here we go. This is ICBM. But it is a very, very good game. You can play with the nuclear war turned off. Assassin's Mace coming,
That
right.
was Assassin's Mace. The new ICBM Escalation DLC. It's coming in September.
You guys have to vote quickly if you want to get your votes in.
Of World War II to a global superpower across 11 missions.
All right, I'm just looking across at the different votes that are coming in. So there's not really a lot of interest in this one, so let's skip forward again. Oh, hang on. This is one that we do want to look at. This is great. I'll finish the poll there. Sorry, guys, these polls are coming thick and fast. I'm going to hide that poll, and we'll just get a new one. This is, what is it? It's Terminator. This is a great game. It's real time, but it's very, very cool. So we'll start the poll for Terminator. Richard Phillips is saying, seriously, you're playing a game called ICBM and you turn off nuclear war off. I do. That's the way I play it. That's the way I roll with it. The Terminator is an incredibly good game. It's real time, pausable real time. It's not easy. You've really got to think strategically. It's incredibly well done. I'm hyping it up. You've got to really be, you've got to really sort of plan things out. It's not random at all. Like they're sort of just missions, but there's different ways of playing the game. So it is sort of almost like a puzzle type game, the way it sort of does play out. Actually, no, there is a sort of like a semi-random way of playing the game.
Evolution is a major story expansion that continues the war beyond the original campaign. You follow Lieutenant Church as the Resistance pushes into the frozen regions of Canada in search of new allies and critical intelligence.
I am playing it at 1.25 speed, so it's a little bit faster.
As they attempt to evacuate to safety. You'll encounter new Legion units for the first time, such as the Rev 6.5 Rippers, fast, close combat Terminators designed for brutal frontline engagements. These enemies are capable of rapid movement.
Look at them go.
Tearing open armored units and eliminating their crews. Every encounter demands
That's
new
cool.
tactics, as the evolving Legion forces force you to
I
adapt.
do like playing as Legion.
These new threats push combat toward more dynamic and unpredictable engagements, where tactical adaptation and battlefield control become the keys to victory.
Thanks for the subscription there, Luke Sick.
That was Terminator. You probably guessed it, recognized it. It's also coming in September.
September, great.
DLC. It takes the fight to the frozen wilderness of Canada, and it changes the gameplay. It changes combat completely because it introduces melee combat with the new Ripper Terminators and also augmented soldiers, so you can equip them with augmentation kits.
Okay,
Plus
hybrids.
new units like the Leopard C2 Maxes, for example. Now, I know a lot of people have been asking about Blood Bowl. We will get to that towards the end of the show, so stay tuned, and now we're going to have a short break.
All right, so with the short break, I'll just pause here because we can skip past all this. So I'll answer a couple of questions, but I really do have to sort of hurry along. So Joe is saying, are there any other good games where one can control a country at a high level, controlling the economy, but also buy different weapon systems like modern tanks, planes and such? Well, that's ICBM. That is ICBM. And that's really where that game shines. It's not in the battlefield sort of grittiness, but you are building sort of like large level units from countries and then sort of moving them out into different areas. So that is exactly what you're describing. Okay, I'm going to finish this poll and I'll hide that one and we'll just skip past now and just there'll be some stuff in here. This will probably just be a bit of blurb. Yeah, this is actually just going through. Oh, hang on. Now, actually, there is actually specials, and they may have already kicked off. So this one here is Nightmare Frontier. This is actually a really cool game as well, which I hope that they show a little bit about. I'll be showing this in the coming days as well. This is surprisingly interesting as a very tactical game. It's almost like puzzle aspects. It reminds me a lot of Into the Breach, but in a more sort of 3D environment. Actually, I will just unpause this. Terminator DasTactic Device 40% off. Was that the first one? Hang on, let's just go back and yeah, here we go. We've got a fair few things here to quickly go through. Let's
The end of the show. So stay tuned.
just pause it.
And now we're going to have a short break.
Starship Troopers Terran Command is 45% off, which is a good amount for that one. That's another interesting game. It's a game that I find it a bit overwhelming. Panzer Corps 2, 60% off. Wow, the pacing of this is really fast. Distant Worlds, 65% off. That's about as high as Distant Worlds goes. ICBM, 30% off, so if you are wanting that one, that should be there now. Nightmare Frontier, this is an extraction looter essentially, but it is quite cool. Terminator, 40% off. So lots of different specials coming in through here. Publisher Blood Bowl 3, 50% off. Now, haven't heard yet about Blood Bowl 3, and I really want to find out, can it be saved? This is for me the biggest question. Blood Bowl 3, the gameplay in Blood Bowl 3 is good. I did a video on this a couple of weeks ago where I've sort of went through the things that I think are really, really bad with the game and the things that are really, really good with the game. And the actual gameplay itself is very, very good, but everything else around it is really, really bad. So I'm hopeful that with Slytherin they'll be able to resurrect this. But it's 50% off now. 50% off, I think it's worth it. I think that's actually a good buy, but yeah, it's a very clunky game. It shouldn't be this clunky, the way it sort of works. It's better to play than Blood Bowl 2, but Blood Bowl 2 rates a lot higher, just in terms of the actual gameplay. Anyway, 50% off for that one. Radio Commander, 75% off. I haven't played this yet. It sounds like a really good game. Very interesting. Broken Arrow, 15% off. That's not much of a special. We've just got to get the saves into it. So a lot of specials there. So they should be on sale right now.
You were asking about Nightmare Frontier.
Here we go.
Something new. Joining me now.
I'm just going to go and pop this one in there. So Nightmare Frontier. This is a fun game. I've been playing this without actually recording it. That should now come up. It's a game that on the surface doesn't sound all that interesting.
Mateusz, head of studio at Ice Code Games and the developer of Nightmare Frontier. Mateusz, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here.
Hello, everybody.
Nightmare Frontier, in case you don't know it, is one of a kind. You have a tactical extraction looter, turn-based combat. It launched today, actually, on the 22nd of July. Let's set the scene. Roll the cinematic trailer.
In a city twisted by some cosmic horror, a shifting maze ruled by dread itself, a group of survivors overcome their fears with shotgun therapy.
It's very much a puzzle game.
Districts blast monsters down to manageable pieces and find out what the hell is going on here. And tame the Nightmare Frontier.
I hadn't actually seen that trailer. It's really cool. Also, shotgun therapy. Do you want to give us the quick pitch and maybe explain shotgun therapy?
Yeah. So, Nightmare Frontier is set in a late 19th century American West Coast city in which some strange power made people's fears manifest in a flesh as monsters. So if somebody is afraid of spiders, the monster that looks like a spider is showing in front of him. So what you have to do to face your fears is shoot them with your shotgun. And this is what we are calling shotgun therapy.
I love it. That's great. I think we should just have a look at some gameplay.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, can we please have some gameplay?
I came to this city chasing the American dream.
Yeah, it's a lot of depth to it.
American nightmare, more like it. Something is twisted.
So you build up a group and basically go in with the group to try to then tackle different areas.
It's now a ship.
And it's not easy.
We're in it for the loot. New gear means new opportunities. Every step deeper, we're risking it all. Welcome to the Nightmare Frontier.
I'll be honest, I don't think that does it justice. It's much better than what we just saw. I think there's so much depth to it.
What I find so fascinating is combat. Like, you have such a small area, and you have these these push mechanics, and you can push enemies into other enemies, and then they take more damage, or you push them into obstacles.
This replay saying would be great if it had DasTactic. I don't know if you can change the names. Good point.
We have three pillars for the tactical combat. The one is the pushing mechanic that you mentioned. The second one is combined with this because there are a lot of hazardous cells, so you can push somebody, for example, to the fire.
Actually, I'll just pause because Richard Phillips saying it's an extraction shooter, grown, but that doesn't make sense because it looks, yeah, I know what you mean. Like I think the genres get it's a bit like roguelike, you know, like roguelike for many people is just little run and gun sort of bullet hell games, whereas for me it's a turn-based thing, but this is definitely turn-based. So Richard's saying, yeah, the trailer was absolute garbage. It doesn't do justice to what the gameplay is, and it's sort of funny, like when I first heard about the game, it didn't sound that interesting, but when I started to play it, it was like, wow, there's a hell of a lot of depth to this in so many different ways, like the just developing your team. Every single combat is not just running around shooting things. It's even in turn-based, it's still not running around shooting things. It's very, very specific, placement, and then sort of moving forward, and actually then sort of and finding the exact right spot to then get the maximum damage that you possibly can. It really, and when you misplace a unit even just by one tile, you then think, shit, I could have done so much better just by doing. So there's a lot of it is one of those games where it's easy to understand but difficult to master, like very difficult to master, but it is very, very cool. And then of course the different abilities that each member of your team gets, like as you sort of progress through the game, then gives them a completely different way of playing the game as well. So there's a lot of replay value in it as well. So it's a very, very cool game.
Additional damage or over the ledge to the ocean or on a cactus, so you can use your environment.
I guess the genre is also a little bit sort of funny, like unusual.
That allows you to replenish your action.
Let's skip forward a little bit.
Some monsters, them one by one, one turn.
Yeah, we'll just skip past all of this.
Yeah.
So there's
View. You
See if we can try to catch up.
Get more.
We won't catch up.
Upgrades, and they will be stronger. So it is important to keep this level low, because if it rises too much, it starts to be very difficult. However, this only is viable for the early game, because later in the game you are actually learning how to use the nightmare for your advantage, and for some builds of your team, it is actually better to have that.
See, the building of teams, things like this. It's not a simple RPG.
But I noticed earlier that I got too greedy.
Yeah.
So we always talk about the gameplay loop, because I got too greedy,
Yeah.
and I decided not to extract but continue onwards. That was a mistake, and then I lost one unit, and I had to fight with only two.
Yeah.
I managed the first fight because
Even that little placement is so important in this game.
so that was okay. But then the nightmare level was too high, and the second fight was just,
Yeah.
all right, that's it now.
Yeah. This is this core aspect of this.
It's got a bit of the Slay the Spire type aspect to it as well as you sort of progress up.
This aspect to push the risk-reward mechanics, because we knew that we have the good tactical, and we wanted to frame it in something with a little more of excitement, because the tactical is part where you are thinking how to approach the enemies, and by raising the stakes, by going further and further, you are adding this excitement part. Should I go further, or maybe you'll just run away with what you have? Because from the one point of view, if you are too cautious, you won't be getting good loot. But you have to stay alive to.
What he just said there is really important. Making that decision of when to leave and when not to leave is critical in this game.
So I got too greedy. You mentioned the loot.
Yeah.
So as you fight, you
Skip forward again.
I'll
be playing this a fair bit in the coming days and weeks.
face them.
Yeah, you actually face them, and that 60
Skip forward to the next game if we can try to catch up.
Like, for example, I can pick one guy that is afraid of fire, and if he will be in my team, the fires will spawn, and the two other guys can fear of the monsters that are flammable.
Right.
Yeah.
Pro strats.
Yeah. So
Take notes.
Yeah, so you can come.
That's interesting.
The good, proper
Like being able to actually have the like use the fears that you've got, which will then bring the different monsters in, so they don't work. I didn't realize you could do that in the game. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. So in upcoming months.
So it releases today.
Some hotfixes and some quality of life updates, like it is normal after 1.0.
Here we go.
But this
So
is
just some things coming, but the important thing there is it out today, and it is on special, which is great. It's a really good game. I really do recommend it. It's.
later.
I'll just skip past.
The guy is like this giant bull that have a cleave. But from the mechanical perspective,
Just keep on skipping.
when it's their turn, they can jump to any point on map and deliver a lot of damage. However,
He's talking about the nuance of it, which I think we'll be covering in the coming weeks.
with your other
So I'll just skip past all of this. We'll go to the next game.
I'm sure we will. Now,
All right, I'm going to turn off the poll.
for you. Let's take a look.
The galaxy has fallen. Empires lie broken. The hive consumes the stars. In the age of shadows, only pirates thrive. From the
This is the best intro in Distant Worlds 2's ever had. Shadow Rising. Here we go, the pirates. Here we go, number 1 already.
Shadows Rising introduces a new starting point with the Age of Shadows, a turbulent era before the major empires have emerged. The galaxy is fragmented, with pirate activity dominating vast regions of space, underdeveloped independent systems struggling to survive, and external threats like the Hive active from the start. With this new experience, you can now play as the fully space-based pirates. You can choose to play as an established pirate faction, putting you in control of your own pirate base and fleet,
That looks cool.
or start as a lone pirate and survive in hostile space with just a single ship. Whichever path you choose, you'll select one of 4 pirate archetypes that shape your early strategy. Pirates offer a balanced approach. Smugglers specialize in resource trading and black market networks. Raiders focus on aggression and resource acquisition through force, while mercenaries profit by selling their military services. You will expand your influence across vulnerable worlds through contracts, trade, smuggling, raids, and other pirate activity, all to establish hidden pirate bases that act as footholds and sources of income. Later, upgrade these bases to fortresses, and finally, the criminal network to lay the foundations of your own planetary empire. Alternatively, build the legendary Anarchopolis to stay in space and reach the status of a legendary pirate. Players who start as a lone pirate can eventually create their own pirate faction, transitioning from a single ship to a full-fledged pirate organization, or instead survive long enough
It's good they've got different ships.
that they are a legendary lone pirate. The wider galaxy offers contracts from empires, independent colonies, and
Oh, this looks so good.
from espionage and deliveries to sabotage and targeted destruction. Shadow ports serve as neutral hubs beyond the reach of law, where technology, ships, information, and illicit
Bloody hell, this is so much extra in this than I thought.
adds another layer of opportunity through high-risk trade in contraband and restricted
Wow.
resources. Players can also accept privateering contracts, fighting on behalf of other powers for a price. In effect, combining piracy with organized warfare. At any time,
God damn, this is incredible. This is amazing.
upgraded bridge mode, seamlessly switching between strategic management.
This is a whole other game.
Ultimately, your goal as a pirate is to either follow in the footsteps of planetary empires to become one yourself, or to instead reach the status of legendary pirate. Empire gameplay now benefits from new systems and tools from the expanded pirates, giving players more opportunities to experience the galaxy in their own way. Place contract requests on the market to fulfill key resource shortages, negotiate agreements with pirates to fight wars on your behalf, and trade with expanded junkyard shadow ports for their valuable salvage to bolster your fleets.
This goes so much beyond Distant Worlds 1's version of pirates.
Ignore them and work with them. The pirates will provide new paths for any Empire playstyle. The galaxy lives on.
Oh man, that is incredible. October 7,
That was
August, September, October. We've got 3 months, damn it!
pirates are fully playable. As you just saw, you can start as a lone pirate with a single ship, or you can run
Oh man, that is unbelievably good.
smuggling, raids, espionage, and you can turn the galaxy into a battle between warlords, smugglers, and the
So the base game, 65% off right now. Get it. Get it! You'll need it for when you get this DLC. Can't believe this. It's almost like a whole new game.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's good to be here. Hi, everyone.
Let's start with Radio Commander 41. Let's see a gameplay video.
Right, so I better just fix up this one. I just finished the poll, hide the poll. So that was the highest rated one we've had so far. So this is Radio Commander. And we'll start the poll here.
Battlefield communication has been crucial throughout history. In Radio Commander Pacific 41, command is conducted entirely through radio communication, not direct control. Reports from the field could arrive delayed and incomplete, requiring constant interpretation and rapid decision-making. Set in the Pacific theater of World War II, the campaign unfolds across a chain of island operations. Each mission...
Saying it seems like a big shift in the tone of the game. It does indeed.
The mission set includes scenarios inspired by real historical battles, alongside fictional operations designed to test your command abilities under pressure. As the campaign progresses, new units become available. Infantry and Marines for frontline engagements, armored units to break enemy defenses, aircraft for reconnaissance and strike capability, and the destroyer delivers long-range fire support. Unit status can be assessed through regular communication regarding location, combat readiness, enemy in contact, and overall condition. Ammunition expenditure and casualty levels must be monitored carefully. If supplies are depleted or losses become severe, withdrawal, regrouping, or resupply in the field base may be necessary to preserve operational strength. Bombing runs and artillery fire can suppress enemy infantry, reducing their accuracy, sight, and movement speed. There are some commander's tools for working on the map. Ruler helps you estimate distances on the map, while map tools will help to get the exact elevation at a specific point of terrain. You can also draw on the map to visualize the situation, track how it develops, and remember your own plans. In Radio Commander Pacific 41, victory belongs to the commander who can interpret the chaos of war and make the right decision before it's too late.
That looks really good. What can you tell us about Radio Commander Pacific 41?
Thank you. Well, the original Radio Commander was called Radio Commander Vietnam 64. It came out in 2019, and it's been a few years since another team has been working behind the scenes on a spin-off. In this case, we're talking of Radio Commander Pacific 41. It's of course set in the Pacific Theater from the American side.
So Pacific Theater, yep.
Vietnam 64, we can say it's a lot more ambitious. The scale is bigger, the campaign is longer, and
the numbers aren't that great on this one, so I'll skip forward a little bit here again as well.
It conserves all the original elements that made the original Radio Commander unique.
Oops, hang on.
And it's a unique concept, and no other game does it. So we're quite enthusiastic about it.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. So another game where the battlefield is invisible.
Stop the poll there.
Yes, exactly. This is also the other big change compared to the Radio Commander series is that for the first time this won't be a series of linked missions.
It looks interesting, this game, actually.
In real time.
Okay.
So basically, day after day, you will
Look forward to being able to show it.
defense of the home islands. So this is an entirely new concept in the Radio Commander series, because in Radio Commander, both Vietnam and Pacific, you have missions that are pretty much self-contained. Not in this one. It's basically like a grand strategy game with a campaign that lasts several hours, and whatever choices you make have serious repercussions. So I believe that there is a depth never seen before in the Radio Commander series, in Radio Commander Battlefield 40. We open a beta.
Some gameplay.
Skip forward a bit. Okay, we got...
Air superiority is built on information, timing, and control of a complex network. In Radio Commander Battle of Britain 40, control of RAF fighter command.
Interesting. So another one coming as well.
The Luftwaffe offensive. At the core of operations lies the Dowding system, Britain's revolutionary integrated air defence network. Radar stations detect incoming lanes. Ground observers confirm visual contact. Inside the filter room, fragmented reports are processed into a coherent picture of the battlefield. But that picture is never complete. The map reflects perceived enemy positions, not their true location. Spitfire and Hurricane squadrons can be directed in real time. Interceptors
Do a
are
quick
scrambled.
little poll here.
Raids coordinated, and
This looks quite different, doesn't it?
precision. Operations extend beyond aircraft management alone. Squadrons can remain airborne only as long as fuel reserves allow. Repairing windows must be considered before damaged planes return to combat. Pilot fatigue and morale also play a critical role, as an exhausted squadron can become just as vulnerable as one heavily outnumbered. The Dowding system itself can also be expanded and refined. Plotters and tellers may be recruited, procedures upgraded, directives adjusted, and the network enlarged to meet the growing threat. The infrastructure developed determines the quality
That's
of
completely different.
and that intelligence determines the available options. Luftwaffe tactics evolve dynamically according to battlefield conditions, available resources, and changing weather patterns, forcing constant strategic reassessment. After 100 days of continuous operations, from July to October 1940, the campaign unfolds as a dynamic and systemic conflict where every decision shapes the outcome. Pilots, aircraft, morale and anti-air defences must all be preserved and managed carefully throughout the long campaign as history evolves.
Wow, that's actually... I don't think I've ever seen a game that looks so simple be so different with the next iteration of it.
Sure. What do we see?
Sure. So the most,
Wow, that's really quite interesting.
Just
Just from a development perspective, I mean, it's really interesting.
together anymore.
People like this one more so than the Pacific one.
To other Red Commander games in the series. For instance, as you might imagine, airplane squadrons are much faster than any infantry squad that you might give orders to in other Red Commander titles. So it's less about keeping track of what your planes are doing or what your units are doing. It's more about...
To us, it's like I want to play a full Battle of Britain game, yeah.
That others back then were, the crew...
Well, scramble sort of heading towards that way.
They were instrumental in winning the war for the Allied side, but they didn't give a super precise location and, also size of the enemy squadrons. So, in a way, there's an element of guesswork involved. You have to
just skip forward here.
You have to map out how to
We get to the next game. Trying to catch up. We're catching up down the bottom there.
I can't think of the information at your disposal.
No, I think I can understand.
I've been playing the builder, and guessing.
That one does look really, really different.
The AI is doing and understanding their strategy and reacting accordingly feels amazing.
That is really cool. But I guess players can't cheat then and turn off Fog of War. That's just
Well,
Push the
I
poll.
really hope that it will be disabled in the final game.
okay.
Yeah.
No, that's really cool. And I already asked the release date is going to be sometime next
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
Very good. Okay. How about we go into space now and watch some gameplay for a different game?
Space Station, I think it's called. Space Station Builder. I'll just call it that. I can't remember the name of it. Start the poll with that. It's a wrong name, but anyway, you get the idea. Space Station Designer. Okay, I was slightly off.
In Space Station Designer, humanity's future in space begins with a single vision. Take charge of a private aerospace company and build the orbital infrastructure that will power the next era of space exploration and industry. Your journey starts small, a single core module in low Earth orbit. From there, you'll design and expand modular space stations, manage astronauts and logistics, unlock advanced technologies, and develop a growing network of orbital outposts across Earth orbit and beyond. But building stations is only part of the challenge. Support scientific research, manufacture commercial goods, provide services, accommodate space tourists, and help create the foundations of a thriving space economy. As your company grows, so does your ambition. Expand into higher orbits, connect stations through transportation networks, and transform isolated outposts into a vast orbital ecosystem. Research new technologies, develop advanced capabilities, and continuously optimize your infrastructure to meet new challenges and opportunities. Whether you prefer guided progression in campaign mode, open-ended management in sandbox mode, or unrestricted creativity in free builder mode, Space Station Designer lets you shape humanity's future in your own way. With modding support, you'll be able to expand the experience even further, creating new content. It all starts with a single launch. What comes next is yours. Make it happen with Space Station Designer.
Doesn't say whether you actually to fly the ships and do the docking and stuff like that, which I think would be important.
Single core module, you grow it into orbital outposts while doing research, managing your logistics, and the ultimate goal is to build the lunar space elevator. We will reveal more about that soon.
Yes, the question is giving us anything new. Good question, yeah.
You've got more to tell us, more news to share.
Yes.
I think,
This time about
I don't think it's, doesn't do what Kerbal does.
the 14th of July.
Hang on, battle plan. Let's finish this poll. So we'll hide the poll and we'll just do battle plan now. So there was a question, still waiting for the battle plan release. Well, we'll get the information now. It's not far off, I don't think. So battle plan is an interesting game again. God, they're rattling through these games.
But maybe quickly explain
Yep.
now why
Yeah.
I did that.
So a couple of weeks ago, we announced that we will delay the game. Just to give you the full context, we have received feedback that has been excellent on the game, both on the Steam Next Fest and in the playtests that we ran. That said, it's a unique and original concept, and we want to be absolutely 100% sure that we're getting it right from the get-go. Since it's so innovative, there are so many
good,
things.
good call. So many games released that they're not quite
for that reason,
cooked yet.
Decision to postpone the launch to get those things right. More specifically, we're working on making the orders more precise and more reactive. And
So we've got some here for the Blood Bowl. Recently joined the league in my local gaming cafe. There we go.
For the player to merge their units. Those are the main areas.
That hasn't been really talked about much.
Okay. I think it's great that you postponed it and not just
This is such an interesting game.
good or half finished.
Yeah.
So I think that's great.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of an overwhelming reception and anticipation about the game, so we want to make it to do it right. Yeah.
Good. For everybody who doesn't know what we're talking about,
Yeah.
what is Battle Plan? Just a
Yeah,
short sentence.
I'll try to be brief. Battle Plan is a unique take on the operational strategy genre, in the sense that it's a real-time strategy game. It takes the front lines feature of Hearts of Iron, though it's not Hearts of Iron at all. It's all about warfare. You don't handle the economy or the politics, and it's mission-based, and the scale is also very different. Basically, our idea is that the player is put in the shoes of a commander in charge of his army, and they need to take both high-level decisions about the kind of operations and battle plans they want to carry out, as well as to, if they want to.
The composition of the forces as well is just so important in this game. The veterancy of the troops, it's just incredible.
Compared to other games of this type, the map is the protagonist here, because you have this continuous map which is not divided into provinces, and there are topographic elements on the map that you need to take into account when planning your battles. So it's a unique concept, and as you can see, there's also some sort of diegetic elements in the UI. Yeah. For instance, you use the pencil in order to draw orders on the map.
Damn, Slytherine's got some great games, haven't they? Like really, just incredible.
People love the fantasy.
Prove the breadth of what they've been able to do over the years.
Something really cool in our hands.
Very
That's
nice,
why we want to, make sure that we do it right.
That is good to hear. What are the long-term plans for this?
Yeah. So first off, right now we are thinking of releasing the game sometime in Q3 this year. So yeah, we postponed it, but it's not that far. But we're also thinking about...
I'm glad that they're waiting until they've got it right.
The base game will ship with an live campaign set in the Western Theater, but we know that this concept...
German campaign's going to be good.
And there are so many mechanics that we would like to expand upon.
The army constructor is super important in this one.
What's next for Battle Plan after launch?
Yeah.
You've redacted DLC 2.
Campaign, more specifically in 1940, so the invasion of Benelux and France. The second big blitzkrieg.
She's saying, where's the Italian side? Well, it is D-Day. The Italians went in at that stage.
So for the first DC and the blitzkrieg in France and Netherlands and Belgium, we've decided to focus on air power. So make the way airplane squadrons work a lot deeper, a lot more interesting, especially when it comes to differentiating different type of planes and changing the behavior of bombing and recon planes. Those are the main things that we're working on. But we also, we have a lot of ideas for future mechanics and future theaters, and we know that this concept can be expanded a lot. But we are still not quite ready to tell more about it.
Of course. No, that's great. Thank you for telling us what you could, and thank you for being here, Alberto.
You're welcome. I hope that everyone...
Yeah, we're just saying one of the few big developers making serious games, not slop. Yes. Yes. Finish the poll. Hide the poll. Oh, here we go. This is Starship Troopers. Again, we're just going through the specials. I don't think we're going to be talking about that. I'll just skip past this. We did this one before, but the publisher sale is on right now. So go to Steam, have a quick look. Panzer Corps 2, 60% off. Distant Worlds, 65% off. If you don't have it, grab it. The Pirate DLC is looking absolutely amazing. Nightmare Frontier, 25% off, and that's only just released. That's a good discount for a release game. Terminator, great game as well. 40% off, and Blood Bowl 50% off. I think it's still worth getting, even though I'm hopeful that Slytherin will be able to fix it. 75% off there for Radio Commander Vietnam. Actually, I don't know that one. And Broken Arrow 15% off. Please fix single player, please.
action lies the...
Oh, hang on, I do want to talk about this one. So this is Bolt Action. Questions are coming in now. What's wrong with Blood Bowl? Blood Bowl 3 is a really good game. The gameplay itself is good. Everything else around it is crap. I did a video a few weeks ago about what I consider to be all the problems and the good things with Blood Bowl 3. I feel it's balanced, a balanced sort of approach to it. So Epidici's saying Blood Bowl 3 have really been fixed. Not in the peripheral aspect. Certainly in the gameplay it's great, but not in the actual management. Is still really, really bad. So it needs an overhaul in the stuff around the game, but not the game itself is great. Anyway, this is Bolt Action. This is one I'm really looking forward to as well. So I'll just get this one done. We'll start the poll here. All right, let's keep on going. So,
made the tabletop game stand out from traditional turn-based systems, the Order Dice. Adapted for the digital battlefield, Order Dice replaced the traditional I go, you go turn structure with dynamic activations that unfold throughout the match, creating a battlefield that feels unpredictable, reactive, and constantly evolving. One unit at a time, one decision at a time. Every order die changes the battle. Infantry squads, weapon teams, vehicles, and officers all compete for your attention. Knowing
when you're a kid playing with toy soldiers, isn't it?
Just as important as where you move it. You need a plan, but you also need to react when the battlefield changes. Whether you know the 6 orders from the tabletop game or you're discovering Bolt Action for the first time, one thing quickly becomes clear.
That's great.
Victory is not just about eliminating every enemy unit. For example, the Fire Order allows a unit to focus entirely on delivering accurate firepower. It is ideal for holding a key position, suppressing a threat, or finishing off a vulnerable target. Ambush is about patience. Instead of acting immediately, a unit prepares to react. Hold your nerve. Wait for the enemy to move, then strike at exactly the right moment. Indirect fire introduces another layer of tactical decision-making. Artillery can reach enemies hiding behind cover, applying pressure where direct weapons cannot. Effective use of support weapons can disrupt defensive positions and force opponents to rethink their plans. Positioning remains critical. Direct attacks can win ground, but a well-executed flank can expose vulnerable targets, bypass strong defenses, and create the opportunity your opponent did not see coming. For long-term Bolt Action commanders, this brings the tactical tension of the tabletop game to the digital battlefield. For new players, it offers a fresh approach to turn-based World War II strategy. Join the community for future announcements, development updates, and more gameplay reveals. Wishlist Bolt Action today.
That looks amazing.
Look at Bolt Action. In the sneak peek, you saw the dynamic activation.
Not sure when this is coming.
Orders, direct fire, flanking maneuvers, and also the strategic decision-making that impacts every single battle. Now, I've got one more gameplay for you before the big finish. Let's roll it.
Elite All-American.
Okay, I'm just going to end this poll. So, yeah, people are interested in Bolt Action. I am too. Very much so. So this is, I'll hide the poll. And this last one. So we're catching up. Oh no, we've still got a bit, we're still a little bit behind. We're getting there. Okay, so in this case we've got, this is going to be Panzer Corps 2. Now this is, I'm just going to, this is for the DLC, I'm pretty sure. So I'll just call it Panzer Corps 2, but this is for the DLC. Now, actually, sorry, I got the wrong thing in there. Panzer Corps 2. By the way, I'll be playing this on the SLITHERINE channel in an hour's time, actually.
Is a DLC expansion for Panzer Corps 2 that places you in command of the legendary 82nd Airborne Division, the famed All-American Division.
Hi, Battle Mode. Saying Richard York's been on about this for ages. Yeah, it does look great.
Through the Italian campaign, the D-Day airborne landings in Normandy, Operation Market Garden, the Battle of the Bulge, and the final Allied advance into Germany. The campaign focuses on high-intensity airborne warfare, where your forces are...
So this is releases today, this DLC, and I'll be playing this, as I said before, in an hour's time, over on the SLITHERINE channel.
Coordinated infantry assaults, effective use of support weapons...
And then following me, actually, there's Hexaby is going to be playing Nightmare Frontier, so you'll be able to sort of look at these different DLCs and things.
And late war reinforcements.
This is all about the 82nd Airborne.
All-American emphasizes close-quarters infantry combat and airborne operations, offering a fresh tactical experience while remaining true to the classic objective-driven gameplay of Panzer Corps. Optional bonus objectives and customizable heroes provide additional challenges and replayability. Drop in and lead the All-Americans through the decisive battles of World War II.
Hi, Sev. How you going? Pensacola 2 is one of the best. Well, it probably is the best war game.
You command the legendary 82nd Airborne through a 9-mission campaign from Sicily to Germany. And now for the big finish, I have 2 guests with me.
All right,
Marco
going to finish the poll. You got to get in fast if you're wanting to.
Yes, and that is Mathieu from Cyanide. You're the lead engineer.
Hi.
Thank you for being here. Well, welcome.
Thanks.
So we're going to recap for everybody. You've been asking about Blood Bowl. Now
Blood Bowl, here we go.
why Blood Bowl is now acquired by SLITHERINE, and you're working in close partnership with Cyanide.
We are.
Absolutely, yeah.
And
We
also-
are.
also
We're
getting
trying. We're
workshop.
trying hard. Yeah, despite flight delays.
That was a cheap shot.
Can they save it? Can they do the impossible? No, it should be very...
Cyanide, our flight was cancelled.
Should be the possible.
Mathieu is coming, and 2 flights were cancelled, so he had to take a 3rd flight. So
Yeah.
it's like
But I made it.
you made it.
You are
We did
here.
it.
We're all very glad about that.
Yeah. So well, before we sort of, I guess that I've been following.
Will there be a Blood Bowl 4? Not in the works from what I understand.
And that's fine. So where we are, I mean, first of all, we just started, looking into it and so on. So things will take time. But for now, we have some key things that we want to reassure the community with. And that's what was promised already, and the plan.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to stop here. There was a promise of another version of the game. And I wish that this wasn't actually in the works, because I forget what it is, but it's like a different version, which is actually really interesting. It's almost like Sevens. So if you're into rugby, it's like Blood Bowl is almost like a full game of rugby. Rugby Sevens is a very, very fast moving game, and so they're building a Blood Bowl around rugby sevens, or seven aside, and so that's actually what's coming up next. It's not going to be a Blood Bowl 4, it's actually just a different way of playing Blood Bowl. It will be attached to Blood Bowl 3. For me, I wish the focus was on fixing Blood Bowl 3 properly, and then basically moving into doing these little iterations. The iteration sounds really, really cool, but without having the infrastructure around it in the game, I think it's going to be wasted time. Anyway, let's listen to see what they say.
Stays. That's the key part.
Yeah, Battlemate's saying I've avoided Blood Bowl 3 because I don't see what it adds. It does add a lot, actually. It does have better user interface in the game itself. It's just got shocking user interface everywhere else.
First, there will be a new season.
Yeah.
Sorry about the colour of my face.
So the new season, season 12.
This is fluff. This is not substance.
Yeah, give us a bit of details about that.
Yeah, it's going to be like a new season with a new battle pass containing mostly exclusive items. And then we're also going to make available a big bunch of items which were behind the Nuffle Deals special rotation beforehand. So we're going to release a lot of cosmetics in the battle pass and in the store.
And that means that you have, there's going to be like hundreds of these, right, available?
Oh yeah, from the Nuffle Deals, yeah, in the store. It's going to be a good time to go back and have a look, because yeah it's going to be massive.
That's great. And the second big thing we have between now and the release of Warhammer Blood Bowl is the release of the demo.
Yeah.
Right. So just after the summer, we don't know a date yet because we have to go through all the testing processes and so on. What will the demo contain?
The demo will be a sneak peek of the new streamlined mode of Blood Bowl that we call Rumble.
Okay.
It's going to be a shorter, snappier, zanier game with a shorter period, 2 times 6 turns, 7 versus 7 on a smaller pitch. So, yeah, we're going to embrace the madness. In the demo, you're going to have a ladder where you could play with predefined teams for the 5 factions that are going to be available. New rules, of course. Like, this is going to be the first sneak peek at the mode and also at the new rules. En passant, as we say. So, yeah, you are going to have the competition for the, competitive persons.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have all the friendly games options. Like, you could play versus the AI, hot seat, with your lad, couch playing, right? And you're going to have online games too. So this is going to be like a nugget showing the new rules.
Right.
In a very streamlined and approachable way.
That's really cool. And then, this leads us into Warhammer Blood Bowl, which is going to release before the end of the year.
Awesome.
That's the only precise. That's how much precise we can be right now. That's a commitment already, right?
It is a commitment, yes. And when it's July now, endish of July, so it's not going to take that much longer.
Yeah.
We'll get it.
Coming soon. Indeed.
Right, so they're going to, within the next 6 months. I don't like the approach with this one. I don't like the approach with this one at all.
That would be fair. Like, because I'm going to go through the key points of Warhammer Football. This is going to be the new rules.
Just pause it there. I'll go on a bit of a rant. You listen to what they like battle plan. The plan was like, you know, to get it out. Then they realised they could improve it, so they then started to then pull back on the release dates and actually improve it. This for me sounds like the plan is to get this particular, you know, new version of the game out by a particular time. I really worry when games do this. The base game, as I said before, the interface around Blood Bowl is really poor. Like, it's really, really poor. If that's not fixed, it's almost like polishing a turd, you know. Like, it's sort of one of these things that, like, it's a nice game to play, but it's just and it is fun to play the actual game itself, but everything around it is bad. And I just feel like this, by adding more bits to it, they're not fixing the core problems. And I hope that they actually will re-look at the core problems and fix it. Like, it's something that really is a problem. Battlemode's saying, I think Cyanide needs someone to push them to finish stuff properly. Yeah, I don't know I'm hopeful that Slytherin will be that group, and will actually not just. Like, I think that they've got to try to honour the promises that were made, like, which is this seven-a-side version of the game, I'm just hopeful that they fix it after that. If that's what they're going to be bringing out, hopefully they fix it before that. Like, it's there's not a hell of a lot that needs. Like, there's a lot of things that could be fixed pretty quickly, in my opinion, my humble opinion, but it's just they're sort of skirting around that aspect of it, which is really, really disappointing.
Of the 26 factions that would have been released at the time, so like, that's a big bit. And then there's going to be things that are new because they were missing, and things that are new because they've been so deeply redone that it's completely different. Talking of onboarding, massive work on that. Like, if you never played football, this is now a great time to start, because work went into it. Then there's also...
Yeah, this of all the presentations, this is the only one that for me feels like fluff. Like, it doesn't actually feel like substance. And I really want this to be a good game. I really love Blood Bowl.
Deeply revamped.
As in, I love the concept of it.
That's where it comes from.
Just not the execution of Blood Bowl 3.
Like, we have the data about what we missed, what was wrong, what was missing, and we went... Yeah, we put a lot.
So you're saying all the right things, like, you know, that they are looking at this stuff, but are they fixing it? Are they fixing it? And I don't know.
Much better.
Yeah.
And then, of course, now the demo is a sneak peek, but there's going to be Rumble as a thing in the game, and that's also going to be a massive feature, as a non-boarding feature, but also as a new thing, right? It has a different rhythm than classical football 11s, and yeah, we're fairly confident it's going to bring a new audience, because it worked with some of our friends, just saying.
Well, one thing I want to sort of...
this, I think, is a seven-a-side one.
On Warhammer Blood Bowl specifically is how important single player is going to be as well, because we come with a community of very active and vocal community of multiplayer players, but there's a big element in there about new people coming in just for the single player experience.
That's right, and it's been one of the biggest misses of the launch of Blood Bowl, not having anything proper for solo gaming. We tried to catch up with the Eternal League a bit later.
She's saying this is a non-news announcement. Yeah, I agree. There's a fluff announcement, this one.
Right. The AI is currently receiving a tremendous amount of work, and it's going to be fun. Like, it's a bold statement to make, but I make it. There's going to be more options to make the competitions you want, because we found out about solo, looking at the 2 years of data we have, that a lot of competitions are only AIs and one guy playing. And we're giving many options for those players to make the competition they want to play. Like, they will be able to build the team the AI will play. They're going to be able, which, by the way, will evolve.
I feel they're focusing in the wrong areas. I really do.
How does the lineman evolve? we're going to leverage that to make the AI progression more realistic and then provide a better experience. Like a deep round-robin game, deep round-robin competitions with plenty of AIs. So that's going to be an improvement too. And many of the Zany tweaks we introduced with the Eternal League.
Yeah, actually all of you guys got the same sort of sentiment. It's just the focus seems to be in the wrong areas. Yeah, I agree.
With the frogs.
Hopefully they can steer the what is it, Concordia away from the rocks. We need a captain up there.
Any tweaks that were in Blood Bowl 3 only available in Eternal League or community events.
Yeah, they're talking about all the stuff which doesn't matter.
Or friendly game. And because the setup is just becoming more and more deep, because we're providing more options, we just added some quality of life features like you build.
I'm still hopeful.
And you have a button to restart it. And then it just creates a new competition with.
I mean, Slytherin does give their devs a lot of scope to do what they want to do within their own area. So it's not as if they tell them exactly what has to happen, but God, I hope they steer it away from these rocks.
You're playing your game, real life happens, you have a button, you play, save and quit.
Yeah, but I'm saying until they sort Blood Bowl's consistency, they'll never get the players it deserves. Exactly.
You're back in the game.
It's a great game. It's a great game at its core.
It's a few points. It's already a lot.
Only a few points, guys. I could go on.
It's already a lot. I want to just sort of share a bit about the model, the business model and everything, because that's also a big important part.
Here we go.
We have to sort of confront with very local aspects of how things should be done. I think the game will contain 14 factions, right? The Warhammer Blood Bowl will have 14 factions.
It's already got 14, I think, or 12 or 14.
Toon Kings and Bretonnians are
exactly.
in the base.
Yeah, so 2 new ones, yeah.
In the Warhammer paper game. So commercials or business model. So for me, the mantra is, if we cannot explain it in 10 words, we don't do it. So
good on you, Marco. That's what we want to hear. Here he is. He's steering it away from the rocks.
Streamlining stuff.
Yes, but some of it will require a little bit.
This is good.
Because there are things that, of course, we want to take care of. So first of all, in the transition, all the players who own Blood Bowl 3 and own content within Blood Bowl 3 will receive everything they already own for free.
Yeah.
That's one important element.
All factions. All
good.
cosmetics.
If you want it.
Good.
The second thing is that Blood Pass will be free. So we're not going to charge anymore for the Blood Pass.
Nice, Marco. This is good.
So we still have this element of,
periodic.
If you play a lot, you get a lot and all that kind of stuff, but it's not going to be behind a paywall or anything.
So they're fixing the business model, which is a step in the right direction.
Another element is that all factions will become DLCs. So we will not make factions available within the game as in-app purchases.
Good.
Stores with our own product pages and
gets rid of all that season shit.
Nice promotions to make sure that we don't, overcharge and everything else, because that's the key thing. We know how many warp stones every faction is worth, but that's an element. So very important. We're going to publish this on all the product pages as well and so on.
Good. This is good news.
If you have a lot of warp stones sitting somewhere, just use them between now.
You're basically renting the extra factions.
You'll only be able to use the warp stones for the cosmetics, and that's very important. We'll keep screaming about it because we don't want a situation where basically people are going to, players are going to say, right, I didn't see it or whatever. So we're going to make it very clear that you have up until the release of Warhammer Blood Bowl to spend your warp stones for factions. What else?
Yeah. By the way, there's some cracking packs of factions available at the moment.
Yeah.
Just saying.
No, absolutely. If you already own it, go and spend them all. That's absolutely worth saying. There's actually a sale that just started now.
Yeah, okay. It is worth getting it at 50% off.
A lot of opportunities to spend the money, spend the warp stones between now and the release of the game. What else? World Championship.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. By the way.
These I'm not that interested in, but if you're into multiplayer, they do actually have these championships.
Sort of confirming the date of release, because the plan for the World Championship.
And I'm thinking that Slytherin will do a better job of this. I'll skip past this a little bit.
Yeah, but yeah, I didn't doubt.
Because we are running out of time.
so try.
We're catching up though.
As if, everything stays as it is.
It's a transition.
It is a transition. The Blood Bowl that will be.
They haven't addressed the elephant in the room, which is the interface around the game.
And I think that.
So Green Book's saying, are you not into Blood Bowl franchise? I love Blood Bowl. I love it. But it's just the iteration of Blood Bowl 3 has been such a shit iteration. Not the base game is very good. As I said before, I've got a video that I put up a few weeks ago when I heard the Slytherin was taking over, with what I thought was the good and the bad.
So I've been talking a lot about improvements, adding stuff, but there's also good things.
Ben was saying you should play multiplayer Blood Bowl communities. Yeah, it is a good community. I have played multiplayer with it. It is a great game. Very RNG though, so it does your head in with RNG.
Yeah, and
only keep the best parts.
But the actual gameplay, I've got to say this, in Blood Bowl 3 gameplay is really, really polished. It's very, very cool. It's just the peripheral stuff around it, which is really bad.
I have to say that, there've been, I can receive very good vibes about, receiving feedback in a positive way. So I'm very happy about that. Excited as well.
So they're renaming it to just Blood Bowl by the looks.
What is the, in looking at the future of Warhammer Blood Bowl, what are the things that you look forward the most?
Oh God, so many things. Genuinely so many things, because with it's a unique chance.
Sorry, Apeticio, I haven't.
To get a fresh start and to do things how they should be. And now we can say that with 2 years of things we learned. So, like being on par, catching up with the tabletop is something I personally really am eager to be there. And we're preparing for it. Like, we're going to keep having seasons, but at the moment there's a bunch of things that
So, of course, I was saying I want to buy Broken Arrows. 15%, is it worth it? If you like multiplayer, yes. If you like single player, still not.
Eventually, we're going to be on par with the tabletop releases, so we won't have any fun. But the competitive scene will keep living. We're going to have qualifiers for the world and such. So how much wiggle room we're going to get when those things get untangled is something I'm thinking about. Yeah. That keeps me awake at night. And then, what's going to Rumble become? I'm super curious about that. I could go on and on.
It's
so much.
I absolutely agree. I think that my big thing is going to be how we attract new players and how the onboarding of new players also is happening, because I think the opportunity is to grow to a massively bigger community of active players, and maybe some of these players will go and play the championships and become active multiplayer game players as well. So looking forward to that, and looking forward to working with you guys.
All the same.
And it's all very exciting. Is it?
That was the news about Blood Bowl,
yeah.
Right? It is very exciting. Thank you, Mathieu and Marco, for being here and talking about this.
Sure.
And that's all I've got for you. This is it now for today's Slytherin Next. Thank you all for joining us. A huge thank you to the guests as well.
All right, we sort of almost caught up. We almost caught up. All right, so.
On December 3rd. Take care and good night.
Cool. Right, so that's the end of it. I'll just go back to Blood Bowl, just get one of these little statements coming up. So again, just to really just recap on Blood Bowl, the core game in Blood Bowl 3 at this stage, 50% off at the moment is worth buying. And just to summarise what my take on what they've sort of said, the Blood Bowl 3, the actual gameplay within the actual game itself is the most polished version of the actual gameplay. So it's actually really good fun once you get into the game itself. Managing your team, trying to sort of play even just a single player type sort of campaign is nowhere near as good as Blood Bowl 2. So Blood Bowl 2 is better for the setups. So all of the setup stuff with Blood Bowl 3 is really, really shit. It is really bad. There was all these other sort of like hidden ways of, like as Marco had sort of just iterated through there. They're going to get rid of all of the complicated business model crap that was part of Blood Bowl 3. That's all going to go, which is fantastic news. And then when they do, because there's a lot of other factions that you've then got to buy these passes to rent those factions for a limited period of time, and then basically you've then got to buy another pass to get another batch of things. So that's all going to go. So the business model is going to be fixed. That's great. The gameplay, the base gameplay is already very, very good. So that's great. The problem is I didn't hear anything about the peripheral stuff to make it the game itself better around the game. So all of the metagame type stuff is still going to be shit. But it's like, you know, once you get past that into the game, it's a great, great game. I'm very, very happy that they're addressing the business model. They're going to make it simple and understandable. Tiger is saying, trust Daz, it's a no from me. I think it's worth that at 50% off. You're going to be getting the two new factions, the Chimeri and the Bretonnians, for free with that as well, which is great. So I think that's what they said. I won't say that definitively, but and then this Rumble mode as well. I don't know if that's going to be free as well. There may be a DLC. That's the 7-a-side one, which will be coming as well. Again, I feel that the focus is with Cyanide, that's the developing company, has always been to. Well, not always, because they started off incredibly well, but then in recent times has been to develop a game to good enough to market, you know, like to actually get some money, and then go to the next thing without fixing what they've already started. So they go from this to this to this to this, and then it all just becomes a carousel where they're just chasing money in different ways, which makes it more and more complex. Which is, I'm so glad that Slytherin are going to fix up the business model. I mean, that's an easy one to fix, I guess. I mean, in terms of at least that aspect, I just hope that there's pressure put in to actually fix the peripheral stuff to make it more immersive and make it more fun. Anyway, so I did do a video, as I said before, where I actually played one or two games, I think, of Blood Bowl, just to sort of show how the game is played. It's a very, very good game, the actual base game itself. And the way that Blood Bowl 3 does do that is very, very well done as well. So I have high hopes for Blood Bowl. That's why, for me, it's actually something that I do think that... I'm very hopeful that they're going to fix it and be able to resurrect it and get it back on track. All the important stuff is done. It's just the peripheral stuff that's not. Anyway, guys, I'm going to have to call this to a close. I'll be in about 40 minutes. I'll be back over on the Slytherin channel. And I will actually stream back to my YouTube channel as well with the release of the All-American, the 82nd Airborne for Panzer Corps 2. So I'll sort of be showing that one, which also just releases today. Didn't mention Battle Sector. Now, I know that there's I'll finish the poll with Blood Bowl. And we'll hide the poll from the overlay. So with the... actually, you've mentioned no mention of Battle Sector. Yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting, actually. That's an interesting omission. That's a strange omission, actually. I didn't think about that, but you are right. Battle Sector is cheap as well, I think, at this stage. So the actual specials and that's worth getting as well. Blood Bowl is one of these games that's just going to keep on getting better and better. Maybe they just ran out of time to be able to then talk about it. I mean, I'm very hopeful that they end up with a better campaign mode in Battle Sector. If they had an actual full-blown campaign mode done properly as a tactical game, God, that'd be good. Just be amazing. So anyway, guys, I'm going to have to call it quits here. I'll be back, as I said, in about 40 minutes on the Slytherin channel and back on my YouTube channel just to sort of show off Panzer Corps 2. And over the coming days as well, I'll then sort of start to be able to sort of show some of the Nightmare Frontier stuff as well. So which is again very, very cool. It's a really cool game actually. So don't discount Nightmare Frontier based on the way it sounds. It's actually a much, much deeper game than that. All right, I'll leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching.